Hello and welcome to the Adam and Nard Show. On today's episode, we're going to talk about social media and marketing. And I have my guest here with us, Sipsa.
Hi, my name is Sipsa.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're all good. We're all
Fine.
good.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you as well. I'd like to introduce myself first of all.
Okay.
My name is Sipsa. I am proudly Circassian, and I define myself as a social media expert. I'm working as a social media marketer, and on the side, my hobby is working as a Twitch streamer and content producer.
Nice. What do you do on Twitch? Like gaming, you could say?
Yeah, I'm a gamer, so I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So what can you tell us about social media and how can someone become famous and have a better reach at it?
So when you start off on social media, I don't think your first goal is to be famous per se. I think you should focus on building relationships with your viewers.
Yeah.
That's the utmost importance. So without like building relationships, you're not building anything. That's like the building block of creating an audience or kind of a niche for yourself, right? So it depends on what you're kind of marketing or what's your product, what's your brand. But you gotta, there's basically a few things you've got to do is study the market, study the audience, and study the product that you're, selling or
You're selling, yes.
you're marketing. So that's the most important part, I would say.
What are the current trends right now in social media?
So it depends from each social media platform and actually what the audience follows, right? So let's say for this podcast, I'll ask you guys, what do you think are like the biggest age group that follows the podcast mostly?
The youngsters, and if you have like specified topics, something that is deep, obviously, with further knowledge, then it's like the bigger age group.
All right, so that's
Older
the most
people.
important.
Older people,
Yeah, I don't think young people want to watch podcasts. Long form content, I don't think young people are into long form. I think they're mostly into short form. Is that right?
See, that's
True.
interesting because you both had different like ideas of it, right?
Yeah.
But it's interesting because it depends on the group you're trying to reach. Most of the times it doesn't really only focus on the age. You got to focus on the demographic or kind of like what the group enjoys listening to or even what they do during their life, like daily life. So lifestyle choices or let's say even purchasing choices change purchase or see or watch because whatever you see, everything you see is media. So it's crazy when you think about it. Everything you see is media. You see it, you digest it, and then you spit it back out through the clothes you wear, through the things you eat, through the things you do every day, the choices you make.
The influence of social media.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what do you think what is the best type of social media content right now? They say video is king. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Video content is
Video as in like visuals, you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
video.
better
There's
than
text,
pictures.
there's Twitter, for example, and then there's audio, then there's pictures, like Instagram
For
pictures,
me,
and then there's
I
video.
I would agree on this because to me, what attracts me the most, to be honest with you, is videos more than pictures. I enjoy it more because it has more visuals, especially the audio.
Yeah.
So it attracts more attention. It grabs my attention.
You know what they say? A picture is worth 1,000 words, and I think a video is worth 1,000 pictures, something like that.
Yeah.
So it still holds true, right?
Yes,
That
absolutely.
makes sense.
What does the market say?
So when it comes to video, you're telling a story, right?
Yeah.
So even it doesn't mean just if you're making a video that you're already making it. No, you gotta follow a certain guideline to make the video tell the story you want to tell. Most of the time, people enjoy, like you said, short snippets, like really quick and fast.
Exactly.
Especially after TikTok.
Yeah.
I realized that it shortened the attention span of every single audience.
Absolutely, man. TikTok destroyed people's
Yes.
attention spans, right?
Yes.
And
Thanks to
then
TikTok.
and then YouTube followed too. It didn't have short
Absolutely.
videos before.
Yeah.
Do you
and
guys
Instagram.
remember? Do you remember the first time I saw this endless doom scrolling? I like to call it doom scrolling, mindless doom scrolling. Was on TikTok. It wasn't there on Facebook. It wasn't there on Instagram.
No, before it was on Instagram.
No, it was on TikTok. I remember the first time I ever saw this concept of
Oh, yeah,
doom
yeah, yeah,
scrolling.
because it was just
It was
videos.
on TikTok.
Yes,
and
true,
then
true.
Instagram picked it up a year later, right, Sipsa?
Yes. Actually, TikTok started off as Musical.ly, so it was
Yeah.
a whole different company.
Yeah.
True.
But once it became TikTok, it grabbed a whole different like demographic because before then they thought like it was all just a dancing for children, people just use it.
Yeah.
But then everyone started using TikTok and it became all widespread and kind of mainstream.
Yeah.
And it's all like quick videos, 15 seconds, 7 second. You guys remember Vine when it was a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Remember story time?
Yeah.
Story time, guy. Story time. What was his name?
All the videos were like
I
so
It was
forgot-
fast.
funny,
forgot
man.
his
Story
name.
time.
And
He
there's-
used to approach people, strangers, and say something
There's
funny
this
about
guy
them.
also. What was his name?
Story time. He was very handsome, and all the ladies that looked at him fell in love. The guy that was walking him was okay. Story time. It was clear that a romance was blossoming between them. A romance lasting a lifetime.
I forgot his name.
Do you guys
man. I
remember
can't pick up his name.
FouseyTube? and,
FouseyTube. I
like-
remember
Of course.
this
Yeah.
guy. He used to dress up funny and dance and all
And
that.
it's all like those 7 second Vines go viral because it's like they say like a quick joke or like a
Yeah.
quick comment, and then it's like, so this is what started it all from Vine, from TikTok. And it also is because of that, psychology comes into it also, and sociology comes into it.
Yeah.
Because it kind of rewired people's brains, like the way they think and the way they perceive certain things, right?
Yeah.
So like now they need to grasp the idea that you're selling in under 1 minute, otherwise they're
Yeah.
not interested anymore.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, it's
You got to
kind
be
of crazy.
quick, and
You
got
you have
your
to be
message has
quick
to come
and
across
on point
effectively. Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has to be
Otherwise, they will
succinct.
lose interest, man.
Exactly.
They don't have the patience for it
But
anymore.
Sipsa, now we have a lot of channels. We've got YouTube, we've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and the other ones like Snapchat and all these things. So if you compare these channels, if you compare them against each other, what can you tell us? My favorite channel, my favorite social media platform is YouTube. Honestly, I don't know if you guys agree. I'm a YouTuber, and I think YouTube is the absolute best channel.
I feel like it's the godfather of all social media platforms.
Yeah, you know why? I'll
That's
tell
true.
you why. YouTube for me is the best, not just for me, for a lot of people, because first of all, there's the monetization program, the AdSense program for
True.
YouTube, which gives, I mean, YouTube pays you for content,
Mm-hmm.
and YouTube is the most generous of all. Facebook pays, but not that
Yeah.
much.
It's
TikTok
very expensive.
started paying.
But you know, the
But-
good thing that I realized about TikTok, like I was like trying to have a better reach on Instagram because
Yeah.
of my content, which is a channel that I have called Busy Man Reviews. So I noticed that it was like not growing fast enough. So when I used TikTok
yeah.
to bridge the gap between them,
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a better reach
You
immediately.
can grow fast on
faster
TikTok.
because people on TikTok are actually
Yeah.
teenagers. I realize, and they
Yeah.
have endless time, free time just to stay on that platform. So
Yeah.
they keep on.
Yeah.
I got 300,000 views within a couple of days immediately on my
Yes.
channel.
That's the funny thing about the algorithm on TikTok is
Yeah.
that the 5 first videos you post instantly go into the mainstream public FYP. The FYP is the For You page that
Yeah.
everyone sees.
That's
So
the
those
reason why.
5 first videos you post are so crucial to building your profile or
TikTok?
what exactly.
Yeah.
But on Instagram or let's say YouTube, you need to be posting consistently, like
Yes,
months
true,
at a time
true.
to get
Yeah.
to where you want to get to.
Yes, that is
Even
true.
with like ads and whatever, it still takes a lot of time to make
But
it.
Sipsa, do you agree with me? I'm not going to say it. Okay, let's be fair to all social media platforms. But for me, YouTube is the best because, first of all, there's the AdSense program. TikTok introduced monetization only for specific countries. Well, not everywhere, only specific countries. Facebook, I'm not sure about the Facebook situation. Do they have monetization on Facebook?
They do have
They have?
monetization, but in contrast with the other platforms, it doesn't perform that well.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly like
In what
huge
sense do you get
corporations.
monetization? Like business wise, like selling products?
Yes, you can sell products on there. Like it's mostly advertisement, but like I said,
No,
it's
we're
for,
talking about ads, Nard. You make money on ads.
Yeah, I mean,
for a
like
channel.
yeah. This is what I
So
meant.
they have pay per click, but it's much more expensive on Facebook than on other.
And also X. I mean, I remember Elon Musk talking about X now monetizing as well and paying out content creators. X now has monetization as well, but I don't think it doesn't come close to YouTube. So I think
Yeah.
YouTube is the absolute best when it comes to monetization, but not just that. Now you have YouTube Shorts as well. So you have long form and you have short form. You have the best of both worlds. Not like Instagram, you have only short form content. YouTube has both. And you can repurpose content, right? With Instagram, you can't have all of that, for example. With X, you can't post all of that. X is primarily what? Texts? Speaking of which,
X is text and threads. You have threads now too.
Threads. What do you think about Threads?
I mean, personally, I don't.
I never used it yet.
Those new apps they're making, they're just like grab really fast and then sell. That's what my opinion on them. But personally, everyone has a favorite, right? Everyone has a favorite platform. But for me, in my view, I think each platform has its own use. So it's useful in a certain sense. Like say YouTube, it's good when you're trying to put something out there. You're when you're putting something out there, it goes into the void. People are watching. But Instagram is good for like, let's say, I view it more as like lifestyle-ish. Let's say if I'm interested in like interior design, I go into Instagram or Pinterest if I'm interested. TikTok is great for like actually creating a very intimate relationship with your viewers, because it's people on
you can do video calls with them.
Yeah, and the live streaming also became a thing. It's a huge thing now. You've seen like the crazy live streams they do on TikTok, like sleeping on stream.
There's also like challenges and stuff.
Yes,
they do.
sleeping on stream, for like just eating on stream, like those crazy things. So it's more like intimate, you know? They bring the camera into their homes and their lives. Twitter is good for creating conversation, like more serious conversation, more about life and like kind of linking, just like LinkedIn. I view it the same, in my opinion.
Same, okay.
So what do you think about this? Some people are saying that, okay, I'm reading something here. They're saying that each platform has its unique culture. Instagram, some people are saying, is visual. Twitter is conversational. LinkedIn is professional, of course. And TikTok is all about trends and creativity. Do you agree with this view?
Yes, I actually do.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it just me, or do I think that Facebook's like somehow died, man? I don't know. I don't
It's
use
for old
Facebook
people now.
anymore. Seriously,
No, Facebook is not dead, but like she said, I
feel like it's somehow obsolete, dude. It's just
for the
gone. I don't
older
use it
generation.
anymore. Like I just use it when someone just like sends me a message, certain person passed away, blah blah blah, and we need to like send them our condolences.
I haven't opened my Facebook in like 10 years. I don't.
See? Well,
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Even me, dude. I just like somehow
No, but
gave up on that platform.
Facebook now has also the what do you call these things? The short reels. Do you call them shorts? Reels?
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, every
short-form
single
content.
platform they picked it up from TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
they-
telling you, dude, they picked it up. Even YouTube. If YouTube didn't do that, they won't use YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
That's how they actually. A lot of people I see nowadays on YouTube, they do more of short videos to get even better reach than longer videos.
Yeah.
The people who are going to look at longer videos are the ones who are following your channel, the ones who you grab their attention already.
Yeah.
But if you want to have a better reach, someone who's going to join your channel newly, then you have to do shorts. This is what I saw.
Exactly. Okay, Sipsa, let's now discuss some social media marketing strategies. I think this is a very important question. You, as a social media marketing expert, you know about formulating or devising a marketing strategy which is targeted towards social media. How do you formulate such a strategy for social media as a social media marketing expert? What do you do? So let's say I'm a company, I hire you as a social media marketing expert in my company, and now you're required to create campaigns for me. How do you go about doing this? Campaigns, the targeting, the content, all of that.
So when it comes to creating a campaign, you need to have a goal in mind. So you can't just go in without having a certain I want to get here. So in order to get there, there's a few 1, 2, 3, A to Z that you need to follow, right? Follow through. So that's very important to keep in mind. I've seen many companies make that mistake where they do not try to set the goal in mind or even get to the goal, right? So it's really important. Also, what I think is very important is to
So in other words, they try to like be out there, but they have no goal. Somehow.
Exactly.
Okay.
But Sipsa, are you
Exactly.
talking about the different types of campaigns? For example, brand awareness, reach, these type of campaigns you're talking about?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, these are like subgenres of
Lead generation.
making it to the, let's say, the awareness and the brand awareness.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot initiate brand awareness if you don't know what kind of consumer you're selling to, right? There's two types of consumers, the regular consumer and the smart consumer.
Yeah.
And smart consumers they're not like easy to influence. They're very smart.
Yeah.
They know what you're trying to do.
True.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of keep that in mind in the
You need
back
to
of
know
your
your
mind.
consumer.
Absolutely.
But can you tell us more about the different types of campaigns? So, for example, there's the ones that I can remember right off the bat right now: brand awareness. There's reach. There's lead generation campaigns. What can you tell us about the differences for these campaigns? I know that the most expensive one, from my experience, is lead generation, especially on Facebook. That is the most expensive campaign.
Which is?
Lead generation. So Facebook, you fill out forms and Facebook gives
Okay.
you the data of someone who's interested in your product. Let's say you're
like
selling a property.
It's a marketing campaign by Facebook.
Yeah, you start a marketing campaign, and then Facebook has this form. Someone interested can just click on something and they fill out a form. So Facebook gets you the name, the phone number, the email, things like that. Then you also have WhatsApp campaigns. You have different types of campaigns. Lead generation is one of them, by the way. Sipsa, what can you tell us about all of these different types of campaigns, and when should I use each? I'm a company right now. Okay, let's make it simple. Let's say I have properties I want to sell. Okay, I'm a real estate company and I have a lot of properties I want to sell. What kind of campaign should I go for? Because there are so many campaigns, and I need to make a decision. I don't want to burn my cash. It's very easy to burn your money on social media. You know that, right? That's why they hire people like you, so that you can have a clear goal. You can have clarity on what you want. You can zone in exactly on what you want and target the right people. What is the best campaign? Or let's just say, what campaign is best suitable for what?
So if you're talking about properties and such,
Yeah.
that's a very competitive market, especially in Dubai. Properties are everywhere, right?
Yeah.
True.
But you need to be finding a way to dilute the focus into your own like brand, right? So like I said, you need to initiate, first of all, the brand awareness and make sure people know what you're talking about. You need to be very diligent about that, first of all.
You mean you
And-
have to start a brand awareness campaign first?
No, that's brand awareness is a part of every campaign. I think it matters the most,
Okay.
right? So there isn't just such one campaign you follow. When it comes to each company, you are doing a set of things.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying is it's really important to make sure you're being honest with your message, or being what do you say, like socially inclusive, right?
Okay.
So you need to be very diligent about that, because you don't want to be kind of deterring people away from what you're trying to sell, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Makes sense, yes.
So let's give like an example.
So you're talking about transparency. Got that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sipsa, I want to sell property. So at the end of the day, I want somebody to come and buy my property. So I need leads.
So you're trying to say,
so-
which platform shall I
No, not which
use?
platform. Yeah, wait a minute. That's actually a very good
That's what
question,
I'm
Art.
saying. Which
Two
one
questions.
shall I
Sipsa, those are the
use?
very important questions. I have money. I got some money to spend. Let's say 10,000 dirhams budget, and I need to spend that budget on marketing campaigns on different social media platforms. So when I come to you, how do you decide which platform? So there's LinkedIn, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, different platforms. I believe for every product or service, there's a specific platform that is mostly suited for that, right? How would you, first of all, choose the appropriate platform? And then how would you help the client choose the right type of campaign? Now, when you go to Facebook, there are these campaigns: awareness, brand reach, lead generation, all these things. There are many others as well. How would you do all of that?
So like you said, which is really important what you just said,
Yeah.
there is, like you know, each industry has a certain platform, but in my opinion, you can appeal to every platform in a different way. Like, let's say, okay, you're selling cleaning products. You can appeal to the young people by making it fun, you know, making it like making jokes, like, haha, I'm selling this and that, but making it like more interesting. Have you seen like the posts by like those
Yeah, but
companies?
when it comes to real estate, obviously, you know, we need like, you can't just
Yeah,
make,
let's stick to the real estate example.
No,
So,
have
for
you
example,
seen it?
what platform should we choose first of all for real estate, and second of all, what type of campaign should we go for? Because I'm not going to spend cash on every single campaign. That's going to burn my money. Every campaign costs money. Lead generation is different than
And
brand
actually,
awareness.
one
is
of the
different than-
main reasons how you drain your money as a company is marketing, man.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
to market your product, to market whatever you're selling, it costs a lot of money. So if you don't have
Exactly.
a definitive approach in whatever you're selling,
As a matter of fact, Facebook asks you, you know all of this, of course, how many days you want to go for the
Yes.
campaign,
Yeah.
how much you want to spend
Instagram
every
too.
day.
Instagram too. does that.
Exactly. How much money you want to spend every day, how many days you want to go for, who's your target audience, the demographics, interests, all of that. All of these settings you have to figure out.
Yeah, you need to
And-
do a lot of data
Yes.
analyzing to know
Exactly.
what you're doing.
Can you give us a glimpse of that? Like real estate example. How do you go about doing that?
I mean, I'm not a real estate expert, but what I know is it's really crucial to know your data.
Okay.
Especially like most companies use Google Ads, which is very important to place on top of the Google Ads.
Yeah.
And that takes money, like you said, and awareness and a lot of like understanding of how to manage your cash flow and as well the marketing, right? So when you're placing and competing against huge companies, you need to, as a small company or even a startup, know how to kind of beat the Goliath, all right? Appealing to each demographic is important and even to every platform because I have experience in that. Like in each platform, let's say in Instagram, if you post, you need to be more professional like if you're posting a picture or story, it has to be clear. There has to be like instant call to action in your, like let's say in the photo or in the reel. It has to be very clear what you're doing. Like
Speaking of that,
it
by the
shouldn't
way,
be messy.
yeah, speaking of that, she's talking about the content creation. Sipsa, now that you have a lot of powerful tools, AI like ChatGPT, for me, I've been using ChatGPT for a long time. And I think, have you used ChatGPT? In your
Everyone has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no, it's no longer an industry secret. Now, ChatGPT is a very powerful tool for creating content, right? Especially for the message itself. However, since I have a lot of experience in ChatGPT, I can immediately tell what is AI written or AI generated text from human generated text just by looking at it. Especially one of the, you know what gives it away? One of the clues, emojis.
Yeah, but
When
it's
you see these
okay.
emojis-
It's okay as long as it sells. If it sells, I don't mind if it's AI
That's
generated.
fine,
or,
but dude, it got to a point where now the market is saturated with AI generated content, and it's I don't know what to say, man.
I understand,
on
but
one
as long
side-
as my product sells, I really don't care if it's AI generated or a person did it.
I mean, from one
This
perspective,
is just my personal preference.
yeah,
so I
from
really
one
don't know.
perspective, the good thing about AI generated content is that you don't have any typos, you don't have mistakes, spelling errors, fine. On the other hand, it's AI generated content and it doesn't, what do you say? It doesn't feel genuine.
It
the
doesn't feel
message
authentic.
does
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
feel authentic.
True.
And I think one of the most important things in social media advertising, I think one of the biggest trends as well is personalizing your message and being authentic in what you're saying, right?
Transparency and authenticity.
Yeah. So when I see an AI generated text and I can tell, when I see an ad, I can tell if this is AI generated text or not. And okay, everybody's doing it. I know. But it does not make me feel good. It makes the message not feel authentic. So what do you think about that? I mean, what do you think about ChatGPT and all
It
of
has
that?
really evolved over the years, like AI in general, not just ChatGPT. Like you've seen the video, what do you call it? The videos where they change people's features. Like you'll see a video with a person with a celebrity's face,
Yeah.
but then it's not really the celebrity.
Yeah.
What was the term for
Wow.
that? Do you remember?
FaceApp, I think.
Deep fakes.
Deep fakes, yeah, deep fakes, yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
she's talking
Yeah.
about deep fakes.
So that's like insane how it evolved from deep fakes and now they're using the AI to initiate product placement it's coming hand in hand with social media now. It's really insane. I mean, I've seen it in front of me and it's like,
Wow.
where have we made it? Is it 2050?
Yeah,
Like,
even
Absolutely, man.
even us as voiceover artists, they can replicate our voices now,
Yeah.
and it's
And that's
crushing
one of the industries.
Yes, it's crushing
Yeah.
our
We
like
We talked about
voiceover
this,
industry.
remember?
Like,
Bro, we talked about this, remember? The AI episode?
Yeah.
Every single industry is going to be affected.
you can literally have an AI as long as you feed it. Like the more you feed it, the more it replicates
Yeah.
and it just impersonates your voice.
Depends on the
even
trainer.
with the stops, even with everything.
The
Like
nuances,
everything is
everything.
just
Yeah.
exactly
Guys,
like your voice.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time. We want to talk about something important.
One second. I
Yeah.
just have a follow-up question regarding what he said.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best platform in terms of reach from your perspective.
Yeah, that's a
In
good
This
my
is very
opinion-
important because
You really
yes,
want to hear my opinion?
Yeah.
I think it's from what I saw it's TikTok, to be honest. So I don't know.
I was about to say the same thing.
TikTok
I mean,
is reach.
a lot of
TikTok-
people will not
TikTok's
agree,
reach
but
is
it's
crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely
TikTok.
really good. Like,
Okay.
especially when because in TikTok alone, there's a lot of kind of like a culture in there. So if you know how to navigate the culture, you can really get in there really well. Like,
Grow your reach.
grow really well because
Like I'm getting my followers through YouTube through my YouTube channel because of TikTok. So basically I just place the link and then through that they just follow my channel.
yeah,
All thanks to TikTok.
yeah.
Sipsa, what can you tell us about? Okay, I have a YouTube channel. Give us some solid advice on how to grow your YouTube channel fast. Let's
Okay.
start with YouTube. We don't have much time. That we can move on to maybe other channels like Instagram. For me, my Instagram channel is dead. I don't know why I'm not growing.
I don't grow
I
that
have
much
over
on
1,000
Instagram.
posts, and I only have about 300
I don't
subs.
even though the content is
Something
really
is
nice.
wrong with the algorithm. It hates me. I swear to God, it hates
It doesn't
me.
hate
With
you.
YouTube, I don't know. With YouTube, I feel like it's much
No, it
easier
picks
to
up
grow.
picks up much better than
It's
Instagram.
easier to grow on YouTube than Instagram. This was my experience. On TikTok, it's much easier for a lot of people. Can you please give us some advice on how to grow fast?
If you want to grow in YouTube, I think tough luck because you're navigating in a market structure that I would refer to as an oligopoly. So oligopoly is like where you're going against a bunch of giants that hold.
I could say like
that
oligarchs.
structure.
But hold on a sec. Sipsa, the other day I saw an interesting video, and this guy, I forgot his name. He creates a lot of helpful content for YouTubers. He was saying that, no, a lot of people think that, oh, I'm going to go up against these big channels, these big YouTube channels, and it's very hard to compete against these big channels. What chance do I have? I don't stand a chance. You know what he was saying? He was saying that's not true because now it's a level playing field. What YouTube does, the moment you post your video, it takes your videos, just like A/B testing. It posts it, let's say, for 100 people, and then it gauges the response. How many people watch that? Of the 100 people, how many people watch your video? So the more people watch the video, that means the algorithm picks up on it and says it thinks that your content is attractive. And therefore, the algorithm pushes it forward to more people, more and more people.
That makes sense.
So that's what this guy was saying. He's saying, don't worry about the size of your channel because the algorithm is fair to everybody. What do you think about that? That's what I used to think before. I used to say, because I have a channel, I have a small tech channel, only 5,000 subs. How am I going to compete against these people like MKBHD or Mr. Who's the Boss or Unbox Therapy? These huge tech channels that have millions of subs, 15 million, 20 million subs. How am I going to compete?
I mean, you're measuring the success as in the subscribers, which is not the right way to do it. If you're gonna measure the subscribers, you're not gonna get that far. Like you have to focus on the reach. So you need to make sure that your audience is interactive. If they're not interacting, you're not gonna like.
You're not gonna
the
get
more
You're talking about
shares.
comments.
No, not comments. What? No, you gotta have your like. Let's say in the beginning of the video, say, "Hey, if you like the video, or if you like my content, follow me on this Instagram." Or
Okay.
you need to have like call to action and make sure that in the first minute that they start viewing your video, that they share it instantly. Like, let's say they copy it or either send it to a friend, because the algorithm is going to instantly think that, oh, this is being shared outward or inward, and it's grabbing at the attention of the algorithm and it's going to put it out towards the mainstream a lot more.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by you're facing kind of these huge giants, is because you're not going to compete with them, but you're going to have to utilize your trends and utilize your knowledge to be able to kind of get your reach to be as good as they have.
Yeah.
So that's what comes to it. It doesn't mean that if you're not getting subscribers or views, your videos are not doing well. You're just not using the right tools. You're not using the right.
I have a comment on this. I have seen a lot of like great channels with amazing video production, and I don't know what. And I've seen a channel, dude, it's extremely normal. Like
Yeah.
very simple. And
Low
the guy,
production value.
low
Yeah.
production. And the guy is having better reach than the guy
You
who's
need
using
to
all the
Because the
maximize-
expensive
content
tools.
is valuable. That's what I'm trying to say
Maybe,
as
could
well.
be, could
the
be.
algorithm picks up on the value of the content.
Yes.
Even if the quality of the video is bad and all of that, but
As
the
long as they're
content-
interacting, it's gonna
Yeah.
get out there. That's what matters, really.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Sipsa, for coming today. We had a great
Thank
time
you.
talking to you about social media. There were so many other topics we
Yeah.
wanted to talk about, but
It's a big
It's a
subject.
very-
huge subject.
It's a huge
yeah.
subject,
We wanted
but-
to talk about the woke culture, but we didn't have
That's
enough
okay.
time.
Maybe a
some
second
other
episode.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Sipsa,
Thank you for
coming.
having me. Thank you
and
so
we wish you
much.
all the
It
best.
was awesome having you, Sipsa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, and until next time.